Hey guys, about to do yet another Modern Masters draft. This is the second one I'll be recording, and we'll see how things go. I don't feel like I've mastered this format at all, and it's kind of a hard format to master since it's only around for a few weeks. But that's what's kind of fun about it. I mean, at this point, Dragons of Tarkir draft I don't always do super well, but I know all the cards and it's not as interesting, so it's fun to do this for a little while. All right, looks like we're firing away. Let's see what we get in pack number 1. Overwhelming Stampede. If you watched... Oh, actually, I didn't record that video, but I did mention getting owned by Overwhelming Stampede, and it's just so good in this format. I mean, it really puts you into building the token deck, the green-white token deck. Electrolyze is also great. It's also worth a few tickets. But the Stampede is just like an incredible bomb. I mean, it just wins. It just wins the game if you make the token deck right. So we're gonna try for that. I mean, if it ends up not being super open, then we won't do it. But we're gonna try to go that route. The green-white tokens. It does kind of suck getting pigeonholed early, but we could take Nameless Inversion, which is a good removal spell that doesn't make us play a certain color. Or like Moonlit Strider, which is good in every deck, or Vapor Snag, which is good in most decks. Same with Kami Vaintia Law. But I wanna take the Stampede. I haven't played that archetype yet either, so that is relevant. All right. Well, this guy. Maybe we want to go black-green tokens if we're getting this guy, because he's pretty crazy too. He's a pretty huge bomb. Maybe we're going black-green, more of the ramp route. I mean, we could go black-green and still win the Stampede. There's all the Eldrazi tokens and stuff. But he's a huge bomb. He's really fun, too. He just makes us a bunch of thralls. Otherwise, in this pack, Kozilek's Predator would be nice for this deck. But this pack's not super powerful. I mean, Mortar Pod's probably the next best card in it. But the Endrick Sar is definitely the best card here. So back-to-back rares, black-green. All right, that's exactly what we want. Every card we've picked has been in this upper left corner. Huge bomb. I drafted it in the first draft video, I believe. You just get 3, creatures, and 3 tokens, and they're all different sizes. And with the Stampede, that's what we're going to want to do is go pretty wide. Although Spread the Sickness is a really nice removal spell, but I think I'm going to take the Bestial Menace instead. Narcolepsy's nice too, but we'll go Bestial Menace all the way. Going black-green, looks like. Got lots of 5-drops so far. 3 for 3 on 5-drops. Right, Deathmark, Sylvan Bounty. Not a lot for us in this pack. We may just go with the Soul Eater, which is good in every deck. Take the Aqueduct to go towards potential Splash, which might not be a bad idea. Aether Snipe and the Gorehorn Minotaurs and the Sunlance are probably the best cards here, although the lower scale Kotal, I think it is now, thanks to the comment of a helpful YouTube commenter. Let me see if I can look his name up. But anyway, yeah, the Soul Eater is, I think, what we're going to take. It's just good. Again, in every deck, paying life for it isn't a huge deal. And so that I can properly give credit to the guy who turned me on to the fact that Coatl is actually from Quetzalcoatl, the Aztec god, Paul M. That's his name. There you go. Took me a second. I apologize. All right. Green and black don't look crazy open, but I do like a Sign in Blood. And that's what we're going to take. The Dusk Hunter back can be good too, but I think we'll just go with Sign in Blood. Right, Gnarlid pack is nice for where we're headed. And although this is a decent removal spell, and we're going to see more Gnarlid packs, so I think I'm actually going to go with the Grim Affliction. We can also pick up some more -1/-1 counter effects. And it's basically a 3-mana, put 2 -1/-1 counters on target creature, and that's not bad. We could also end up with a little bit of Graft in this deck, so it's probably going to have some good synergies. All right. Well, black-green is not looking especially open at all. I'm leaning towards taking this Bloodshot Trainee and seeing if maybe we move in a different direction. I mean, Red-White is probably the deck he's best in, but he's just such a good card. The Lacerator's all right. I could take it. Yeah, I mean, the Trainee's just so good. We'll just take him. All right, but now we got a Dread Drone, which is the kind of thing we want here. So we'll take it. We're going to need to get some more ramp, I think. I think we're building the ramp deck. Hopefully we see like Kozilek or something like that. Because we're getting, we're getting the pieces for ramp and the pieces to go wide and kill with an Overwhelming Stampede, which Dread Drone on his own is pretty good with the Overwhelming Stampede. Yeah. I'll take Commune with Nature. It may not make our deck. We'll see. But it's fine. I'm hoping it doesn't make our deck because it's not great. Yeah, red continues to look pretty relatively open. Sundering Vitae is a nice sideboard card. What we really need is creatures. We're just not seeing a lot of them. Gutshot is nice too. It might actually make our deck, and I think we'll take it. Waking Nightmare is not bad. If we end up hitting a ramp deck, hitting our opponent's hand on turn 3 isn't bad. If we end up being a ramp deck that's splashing, Sylvan Bounty wouldn't be bad at all. I really don't like this Graft guy at all. He's just not that good. So hopefully we don't play him either. I'm not thrilled with the way things are going here. We may really need to change up what we're doing. I was pretty excited when we saw the Overwhelming Stampede, but it's if you can't get the right stuff, it can be bad. We did end up with Endrixar and Dread Drone, which fit that archetype really well. Okay. Not a whole lot going on here either. I'll probably take the Garial. It'll have some synergy as well with our Grim Affliction. I think he's a little better than the Scavenger Drake. Like, I'd rather have Shroud than I would Flying. So I think that's what we're going to take here is the Garial. We don't want Lodestone Murray's pretty cool. Aether Snipe's good. This back's pretty good. Lots of playables. I mean, most stuff in this format's pretty playable. So, yeah, we'll take Garial. We are potentially open to a splash. So that's nice to sort of be open if we get past some sort of rare here that someone else didn't want to reach into. Wow, Wildfire. That's one of my favorite Magic cards ever right there. Hard to splash, though, with the double red. Not sure we want it. I think we might take Nameless Inversion here. The Nest Invader is nice, too, but the removal is something we're lacking right now. Wildfire is so good, too, like in the right deck. Not really great in our deck, but it's a great card, a fun card to play. I used to play the old Magnivore Wildfire deck, and that was a lot of fun back in the day. But I think we're going to take a removal spell here. Yeah. We'll be able to pick up, some decent creatures along the way, so. Etched Monstrosity, you say? Well, he's just not bad in general. He's a 5-mana 5/5, and then if I end up going crazy and being able to actually build like a 5-color deck, which looks unlikely, he's really good. And I'm not, I don't see anything huge I'm missing out on here by taking him. And he's, again, a 5-mana 5/5. Do have lots of 5-drops, so this is, if we end up running it, going to be a 2-drop. The rest of these are legit 5-drops that are probably going to make our deck. So we really need to have our eyes out for some ramp. Another Sylvan Bounty. Wrecking Ball. Maybe a Death Mark for the sideboard. Although, if we make enough tokens, Blood Throne Vampire is really good. So I think that's probably where we're going to go here. Wrecking Ball is great. A great removal spell, but it's not for us. I mean, we could take Cruel Turf and try to splash. But it's kind of hard to splash a trainee. Like, you need to be straight up in that archetype to make the trainee work for you. So, Guile now. We're seeing lots of rares, but that one's not especially good. Okay, we got Overwhelm. I don't think we want it. I do think right now, the way our deck stands, Sign of the Wild is certainly playable. The Rusalka is too, though. And I don't like that one drop at all, so I'd be happy to play the Rusalka over it. Seems pretty likely we see some more Scions, less likely we see a Rusalka. I mean, we're going to have a lot of tokens we can sacrifice. Also, with the Garial, all the Eldrazi tokens are pretty sweet, too. That's something I didn't think about earlier, but we'll take the Rusalka. Yeah, it might be a little hard for us to cast that. Sickle Ripper, though, I like. He also has synergy with Proliferate effects, and he's just a good 2-drop. Though if we want Ramp, that's it for us. And maybe we do want that. We have 5 drops right now. And this will also enable a potential splash along with our basic land cycling effect. Yeah, we'll take the Bauble. Ramp is important in this deck, I think. And we got another Sickle Ripper anyway, which is, I think, what we're going to take here. Waxmane Baku is actually super good, I think, in the Spirit deck. He doesn't have to tap dudes down. He can tap as many dudes as he wants for 1 as long as he has enough counters on him. He's great. And Still Infection I don't really like. It doesn't have Proliferate. It just puts a 1/1 counter on something. And it cantrips, which is relevant, but I think I'd rather have a Sickle Ripper. Yeah, we'll take a Ghostly Changeling. He's a perfectly good 3-drop. Yeah, I've seen lots of Incandescent Soul Stokes go around late. Maybe I should force Elementals next time. Maybe people are viewing them as weak. But this is the 3rd or 4th draft I've been in. I think in the other one I recorded too, it was like Soul Stoke this late. It was kind of nuts. But we'll go with the Changeling. Shrivel I don't really like. I don't like most of this. Tukatong Thalad's not bad. I mean, he's not great either. I mean, he does have great synergy with something like Plagued Rusalka, but may take the Merge just so someone else doesn't get it. Because it is really good in the Artifact deck, I think. I think I will. Well, maybe now now we're going to take a Tukatong Thalad. Stoic Rebuttal and Interflame Igniter are both good in the right deck, but I may end up playing a Tukatong Thalad, so I hope I don't, but I may. I think Gutshot makes our deck right now. Surprise Removal. Scuttling Death. Not exactly our archetype, and it is another 5-drop, so I don't know if I want it. We do have a little Soul Shift action. It can get back our Nameless Inversion. It can get back... Oh no, it can't get back Waking Nightmare. I feel like I have another Spirit somewhere. Maybe I don't. Oh, Plagued Rusalka it can get back too. But yeah, we'll take it. The Vitae's okay, but we'll take it. And apparently we also picked up a Shrivel because I clicked a little quick there. It's not a bad sideboard card, but it's awful, absolutely awful in our deck. We'll take a Plummet for the sideboard. We'll take away a Hover Guard from someone. And a Thrive, which I hope doesn't make our deck. Okay, well, we've left ourselves pretty open for a splash because of our Sylvan Bounty and our Wayfarer's Bauble. This Etched Monstrosity could become a real monstrosity, but I don't think we want to stretch ourselves that thin. If we splash something, it might be white just because of our Soul Eater's effect. See what we open. Mystic Snake. Well, splashing blue is going to be a little hard for that since it needs double blue. So I don't think we want that. We can get another Nameless Inversion, which is a nice removal spell. It's better in the Spirit deck because you can get it back. We can get another dude that helps us go wide. Let's see. Removal-wise, we're not real strong, so I think I am going to take a Nameless Inversion here. Apostle's Blessing is okay, but I think I'll take the Inversion for sure here. Yeah, we'll take the Inversion. We can take another Sylvan Bounty, but I bet it comes back. I don't think we're even going to play ours unless we get past a bomb now. We did not. Yeah, well, we'll take another Sickle Ripper. We kind of might want more Proliferate effects now if we can grab them. I'd be okay with them, certainly. So Sickle Ripper, come on down. Like some more dudes who generate Eldrazi. We only have a few right now. Of course, we have Endrixar too, who's just gonna populate the field with a bunch of thralls for us, which is nice. Another Bestial Menace is great for our deck. We have a high curve for sure, so I think I mean, we do have a lot of 2 and 3 drops, which is nice, but that's a lot of 5 drops. And I think it probably makes us lose Scuttling Death. He's definitely our weakest 5 drop. So I think we'll probably take the Bestial Menace, which I think is just a great card. Rounds out the top of our curve pretty nicely. I have Ugin. We didn't get any Eldrazi, so it doesn't really interest me. We've already got a couple Sickle Rippers. We could take an Expedition map, but we don't really seem like we're going to be going like all out on splash. We're not going to be splashing at all. I think I'm going to take the Eye of Ugin for value. I know it's worth a few tickets, so I think I'm going to take it. I don't feel like I'm giving up much in this pack, so Eye of Ugin it is. Getting a few tickets in draft is always good, especially in a draft this one's pretty expensive, as I'm sure you know. Man, Pillory of the Sleepless and Arrest are both still in this pack. What are people in those colors doing? I think we'll take a Gnarlid pack. More 2 drops is good, especially to offset our high curve. So we'll go that route. Yeah, I mean, I think we have a really strong top curve. We have like 2 Bestial Menaces, Overwhelm, Etch Monstrosity, and Endrixar, which are all really good. I think our deck's going to turn out okay. I mean, I would like to pick up like a Rampant Growth or another Bauble or something in these last few packs. And there's a Rampant Growth, and I think I'm going to go for it. We just have so many 5 drops. Being able to play that on turn 2 or 3 will be big. And I think we want that. Overwhelm could be good. Trample. Like if it gave creatures trample, it'd be such a better card, but it just doesn't. We also have this again, which proliferates looking pretty good in our deck, and it is pretty tempting. We have a lot. We have +1/+1 counters, synergies. We have a few -1/-1 counter synergies with our Sickle Ripper. And I think I'm going to take it. I'm pretty desperate for removal, and hopefully I see another Rampant Growth, though. It's kind of how I feel, but hard to know if we will. I'll take another Blood Throne Vampire. I don't know if I'm going to play 2. Necrogenesis. Now, I think this is the kind of card we do want in our deck. We can make anything into tokens, so I think we'll take it. Any creatures that go in the graveyard, even our opponents, we can exile and make Saprolings. Okay, Sylvan Bounty. Yeah, we may have whiffed on that Rampant Growth, and we may not see another one at all. This pack isn't great for us. I'll take the Garrison away from somebody. Thrive, another Commune. I don't think we want another Commune. I don't really want Instill Infection either. Thrumming Bird would be nice if we could splash. I don't think we're going to be able to, but it's most likely that we play. Another Gut Shot. Let's see, another one of these late. I guess people in this draft are really undervaluing him, but he can just get to be 4 power so easily in this format, that, especially in the red-white deck. I'll take a Gut Shot here. I don't know if I'm going to play 2, but I'll take a Vitae for the sideboard now. Ghostly Changeling's fine. I don't think I want to play 2, though. We've already got some trimming to do anyway. I think we lose our Tukatung Thallid by this point. I don't know if I want a main board Gut Shot either, to be honest. I still don't know this format well enough to be able to think of enough 1 toughness things that make me say, oh sure, Gut Shot's super playable here. Yeah, and we'll take one of these too. I might need some of these for Commander anyway, the dual lands. So I think we'll probably lose Gut Shot, and we probably lose Commune with Nature too, and that's probably our deck. Maybe we want 18 lands. I could see the argument for that. We don't quite have as many ways to generate tokens as I would have liked, but we have 2 of the best ways and 2 copies of one of them to generate tokens. We didn't end up with nearly as many Eldrazi token things as I wanted. We may have only ended up with 1 in the end, which was our Dread Drone. He's a guy you can kill with Gut Shot, though. May not want 2 Blood Throne Vampires. I may want to run like a Gut Shot instead of one of them. Because we don't have, I mean, we're going to get tokens, but it's going to be late. I mean, our Necrogenesis can help us make tokens too. But I do definitely want the Bauble in there. You know, it's ended up being our only ramp because we didn't take that ramp in growth. So I do definitely want to get the Bauble in there. We've got to get to 5 to win, I think. Maybe Waking Nightmare's something to cut. I think it is. I don't think it's that great. Maybe I'd rather have another Ghostly Changeling than Waking Nightmare. Just another solid creature. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. I think that will be our deck. We have some nice sideboard in Sundering Vitae, Plummet, and even Sylvan Bounty. Against the equipment deck, it's not bad, although 6 to gain 8 is kind of nuts. Too bad it doesn't like gain you 2 and you basic land cycle it or something, so it's probably not worth siding in. So I think that this will be our deck. We have Gut Shots to side in too, like, you know, if we feel like we see enough reasons to side it in. Let's sort of look at it real quick though. Group creatures separately. We really only ended up with 13 creatures, and some of our creatures come with more creatures basically, which is nice. But it does make me feel like we're a little low on creatures. And it makes me consider trying to shove Scuttling Death in here. Although these are both creatures. They just don't look like it. And Necrogenesis, I think I would count as a creature as well. So, you know, maybe I think we do have enough actually. Yeah. And we've got some nice removal. We don't have any of the like really great. We didn't get that destroy target creature proliferate. We picked something over it. I don't remember what anymore. May have been Endrick Sar. I was pretty early in the draft. But the 2 Grim Afflictions I think will be good in this deck. And Nameless Inversions are good, and Sign in Blood's good. I mean, Scuttling Death can get back our Rusalka and both Nameless Inversions and both Ghostly Changelings. So actually, I'm really leaning towards bringing him in now, like looking at that. The fact that we have... He does... I mean, you know, we don't have a million spirits, but he's going to pretty often be able to get us something back. And if it's a removal spell with his Soul Shift or a Changeling, I'm not too upset about that. Or a Rusalka either. Like, you know, he dies and he gets some value, and that's pretty nice. The question is what I cut. Maybe one of our Blood Thrones. I mean, but our curve is so high. It's just crazy. Maybe Sign in Blood. Yeah, I think I'm going to cut the Sign in Blood and go with this build instead. We do again have a... We're probably too top heavy on 5 for 1 Bauble. So maybe we should be running 18. And if that's the case, I need to cut one more thing. I don't want to cut anything down there. I think we cut either a Sickle Ripper or a Gnarlid pack. And I think it's going to be a Ripper. It does give us like less -1/-1 counter stuff to go with our Grim Affliction, but we still have +1/+1 counter stuff. A few, like the Garial. Actually, I guess that's all we have +1/+1 counter wise. For some reason, I was thinking we had more. Maybe we want to cut a Blood Throne Vampire instead. Yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards now. Although Blood Throne Vampire plus Algai Garial, yeah, okay. We'll stick with it like that, and we'll run 18. So we'll combine the groups and sort by color. Yeah, man, I'm happy with this Etched Monstrosity. I mean, we're never going to be able to make him a monstrosity. But he's going to be a 5-mana 5/5 who can we can cast like no matter our mana situation. So we ended up really black. Green, I guess, really wasn't all that open, but we picked up like some of our most powerful cards are green. So we need to make sure we're in enough forests. We have the bauble to help us fix, but that's about it. So I think we want 18, and I think we want more forests, and it's going to tell us we want, because these are all double green, and we really need to be able to cast them. Well, 10-8 might be about right, Magic Online. I think it is, because these are turn 5. We can bauble. So, yeah. I think that's right. I think Magic Online got it right. Here's how much that Eye of Ugin's worth. Maybe I was wrong. Oh, I am wrong. The old one's worth a lot. It's worth 22 cents. So we just took it away from somebody. Would have been nice if we'd picked up a Eldrazi. The reason it was around is probably because someone didn't pick up much. We saw a few of them, but we didn't really have the ramp. We ended up picking up the ramp for it anyway. So, all right. I think our deck's goal is basically going to be to go wide and then overwhelming Stampede, and go for the win that way. We're also going to make a pretty good number of tokens, and that'll be good too. So yeah, Endrick Sar can be pretty huge. Like Endrick Sar plus overwhelming Stampede is pretty overwhelming. So that's a nice little combo. All right, it's going to be our deck. We went black-green creature tokens, which isn't exactly what the archetype is supposed to be. It's supposed to be like black-green ramp, but we didn't really end up with that. We just ended up with some of the more creature tokeny elements like Bestial Menace. But that's okay. I think it'll be fun. Necrogenesis is fun too. So yeah, I think this deck's pretty good. I don't think it's incredible by any means, mostly because it's short on good removal. But yeah, this is what we're going to go with, and I'll see you in round 1.